So I'm going to tell you something I haven't said on social media, okay? That particular piece of information had leaked.
No.
Sorry.
That's okay. Relax. Guys, let's give her a moment. Which was you shared probably one of your lowest lows when you had your miscarriage with the community on Instagram. Was there a moment, was that your lowest low?
Yeah. Personally, yeah. Yeah.
Did you say, it's too personal, I don't want to share it?
So I'm going to tell you something I haven't said on social media, okay? I knew I was going to share it. I would have liked to take a little bit more time to share it.
Mm-hmm.
But that particular piece of information had leaked.
No.
And people had started talking about it that I came to know of. And I said, no, I'm not going to let my life or a low moment turn into a weakness. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this power back. And I would have liked to hold on to that news for a little bit longer. But
I think sharing your narrative,
it was important to me.
I mean, keeping the control of that narrative
it was
in
really
your hands.
I needed to take that power back because I said life is me over right now. I will not let another human me over.
Yeah.
And I needed to take that back. I said if people are going to know, they're going to know because I'm telling them. They're not going to know because whatever. People have no other work to do.
But I mean, what was that time like? Were you guys consciously thinking that you want to have a baby and you wanted to start a family? And then, and I'm going to have a question back on that. In the space that you are, you know, we are such people that we feel like every day in our point is the highest peak we'll ever reach. Did you ever think, and I know so many people, so many women especially, feel like I want to delay this, I want to delay this, I want to delay this because I'm at my highest high right now. Was that a thought that crossed your mind?
So two things. First, up until the pandemic, I did not want to have a kid.
Okay.
I thought I'm very pro-adoption and we just went with the flow of we want to adopt and we don't want to have kids. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in the lockdown, that perspective changed for both of us. And my husband's been very one of those people who's like, it's your call, it's your body. This is, we knew we wanted a kid one way or the other. So there was no question of me delaying anything for anything. But the second side of that is because we talk about being at the highest high, or because we talk about, are we worried about something because we're at, you're at the peak. Like one of the thoughts I did have when I got pregnant was there's going to be a phase where I'm not going to go for events. It's going to be A, when I'm trying to hide the pregnancy once I start showing, and B, once you're due any time or you're on maternity leave. And at that point of time, our business is a very out of sight, out of mind kind of a space. It's the reality of it. But I don't believe that your peak happens just once. I think people forget that like a mountain range, you can have multiple peaks. And so to think and trick yourself into thinking that you can only be on top once is just, you're gaslighting yourself into thinking nothing's going to come your way if you can only have this or that and you can't have both. One of the things my mom always said to me was, you can have it all if you work for it all. And I want to have it all. I've always believed that. I have always believed I could have it all. And I think that somewhere what social media is now calling Delulu is the only Salulu. That has been me my whole life. I have faked confidence at times when I wasn't confident. I have 100% thought that I can do way more than I can, and maybe I couldn't, but it definitely helped make me work harder, and it worked in my favor in a certain way. So I feel like, and even now, today, I'm not pregnant. I'd like to be. I have a great career and I'd love to reflect that same kind of success on the home front, which not to say I don't have just because I don't have a kid, but it's just something I'd like to work towards. And I've spoken to people about it. When I talked about it on social media, apart from Instagram, I vlogged that week. I vlogged the second half of that week because at least for myself, I wanted to document it. I'm somebody who likes to document a lot of things, a lot of which doesn't make it to the internet, but a lot of things that I just keep Like when
Yeah.
I told my family, friends, my team that we were pregnant, I still have all that. So it was just nice to have, just like I would still like to go back and look at that someday, and I haven't been able to, but at some point I would like to. So yeah, some days you think you're fine, and as per what everyone else says to me, you never truly completely get over it. So
How do you deal with the negative when you're already at your worst?
I don't deal. Why do I have to deal? Am I gonna take life advice from these people? No. So why am I taking the criticism to heart? They don't want to see glossy versions of everything. When I talked about my miscarriage, there were 999 people who must have said positive, supportive things. But I do remember that one person who said, "You're even using your miscarriage for content." I remember that. I don't believe it. I don't agree with it. But unfortunately, human brain, you remember that.
Yeah.
But that's on you. That's not on me. I don't have to respond and react to everything. What's happening around you, you can't control, but you can control the way you react to it.
Yeah.
I don't need to react to it. What you gonna do? Why am I gonna break my head on things that don't matter to me?
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's not always sunshines and daisies. There were people, for example, I did this Navratri series on my reels where I wanted to do something different, and I love to dance, and every once in a while I'll post a dancing video from my dance class. But we actually planned the entire dancing series, and there were people who commented and said, "You look weird here." It's okay, that's their opinion. I'm a public person with a public platform and an open page. They can leave comments, I can block.
Yeah.
You do you, I'll do me. It's that simple.
Right.
I don't think I care enough, or I don't think I think only enough about what somebody else has to say.
But you still remember that one comment?
I do. And I think I blocked them also, if I remember correctly. But that's what I'm seeing, right? I may remember it, but I'm not gonna analyze to usko aise kyun laga.
Right.
Because there are more people on the internet that need to see the real behind the scenes into public people's lives.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see it, it's a problem. Like, it's almost as if you're complaining about it, and then when you see it, you're still complaining about it.
Right.
There's almost no winning. So I'd rather just take my win and leave.
For parenting tips, celebrity interviews, recipes, conversations with experts, DIYs, and lots more. Subscribe to Kids Talk Press now.